Hello, welcome back to another episode here on the Let's Play series. And in last episode, in case you missed it, we got ahead and built this tavern behind us, and we went ahead and named it Otto's Tavern. I certainly had fun putting this build together, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. It even came with a fully furnished interior, which I don't normally do, but I'm going to try to include interiors in all my builds. One thing I have been working in between episodes, as you guys can see, are these trees. Yeah, I'm trying to practice my trees, as I'm kind of interested on making some more custom trees in this world. Not only oak, but maybe in the future we could branch out into doing some birch trees or perhaps some cherry trees. Anything in particular, honestly. And we go ahead and come down here quite a bit, so you guys can see I've included some different wood types here to include maybe some of the bark got stripped along the way, or it's newer bark. You never know. We got some people coming around here scratching the trees or something. I don't know. Try to, incorporate a couple of color and textures to the trees so that they're not just straight up spruce. We don't really have that many texture packs available to us for fluffy leaves. There are some, but a lot of them are like behavior pack stuff, which if you don't know, in order to enable them, you gotta activate cheats in your world. And something I want to do for this world is try to get all the achievements. And if we go ahead and look at our achievement tabs here, you guys can see we are 72% done with the achievements. We are 90 out of 125 complete, which is quite a lot. Ignore the ungodly amount of hours. But yeah, as you guys can see, we have all of these that we can still complete, and if they ever add any more to the game in the future, we could potentially do those. We actually ended up getting this rainbow one, I think a couple of days ago, from finishing the actual barn over here itself, that thing right there, which is pretty cool. I also ended up doing something in between episodes, which is going ahead and getting this trident that I have in my inventory. Named it Flying Fork, and as you guys can see, it has Riptide. And if you aren't aware what that does, it does this. Let me get some water here. So, I've been struggling a bit with fire rockets. Even though I did create a creeper farm a couple episodes ago, I haven't been at it, and honestly, I haven't been using it. One of the main reasons is because it only works at night, because I haven't went ahead and put the roof on it. That's because I wanted to encase it instead of putting a roof. I just haven't gotten to it. This project kind of took up that space, but we'll eventually get back to it. But in the meantime, I wanted to go ahead and set up some sort of like water traveling system throughout the world using this. If you guys aren't aware how this works, Riptide lets you do this in water. And obviously, the stronger the Riptide level, the further you go. Currently, we're maxed out with Riptide 3, which is good. I've been experimenting with this a bit, and if you were to activate your wings as you're going up, you get so much more height. So check this out, ready? As you guys can see, I activated my wings as we went up, and look at this, we reached the clouds. And with that, as you guys can see, I've also been expanding this pathway here. I decided to go back to the path blocks, so because that's a lot of rooted dirt that we got going on in between the path, and it's hard to come by that block. So I decided to transition this path with some coarse dirt and then back into the village. Well, everything will be, rooted dirt in the custom pathway that we got going on there. It's just a bit too much to go out and grab all that rooted dirt to go along all this path. We are pretty far away. It may not seem like it, but it is. Takes like a couple of rockets to get this way, and that'll hook up nicely to the path that we got here. Anyways, back here, I don't want to have some random spots of just water throughout the path. It'll look kind of weird just to have a little spot of water. So I'm thinking we involve some redstone with this, right? And I'll probably have to come up with a little system with it, but shouldn't be too hard. I'm thinking we'll set up something like a pressure plate where we just walk on, and then we have a dispenser that dispenses some water for us just for a quick moment for us to take off, and then as we leave, it retracts the water so that the water doesn't stay there. Shouldn't be too hard, I hope. I'll be thinking about that system here in a bit. For the meantime, I want to get started on today's episode. which is going to be involving this space right here. As you guys can see, I went ahead and marked out where the path is going to be poking out a bit. So I've been looking at this bay over here for quite some time. This body of water connects to the ocean, which in turn connects over to the kingdom over there, which is lovely. That way we have another way to transport our goods, aka our wool, from here over to the kingdom, instead of using these roads back here. And it seems like one of my purple sheeps escaped. Huh. Interesting. We'll get him back here in a bit. So yeah, the village is going to be expanding over to this side. I'm thinking we get a couple of houses built. Now, they're not going to be something like that over there, where it's all detailed and nothing as big as a tavern. They're going to be pretty small houses as well. Yeah, it's going to be for a small village. As I said, I wanted this to look like a village that's slowly getting developed by the nobles back at the kingdom. And with that, I want to make a name for this place, not just calling it a village. So I'll be thinking about a name for that. Okay guys, I've been busy here. As you guys can see, I went ahead and marked out a couple of houses that I got planned here. I'm gonna try to complete all 4 today. We'll see how that goes. But this right here is gonna be a sort of like mini market for any of the villagers here to sell anything, as this is gonna be a road that's gonna be traveled by travelers and they might want to stop by and pick up some supplies or whatnot. This building back here is going to be a mixture of a stable with a little small warehouse attached to it. That's going to be the biggest building that we're going to be having here. Technically, that's not even a house. That's just, you know, a storage house, a warehouse. This one here and these 3 are probably going to be small residents for the villagers. And as you guys can see, I do have a path going on down to the bay. I'll probably make like a really small harbor. I don't think I'll get to it in this episode, but I'm not going to try to rush this project as there is going to be a lot of detailing around this area. I do plan on building a sort of small forest here because I don't really have any plans of building back here. So I kind of want to go ahead and start bringing this forest that we got here over onto this section of the land, just so that it doesn't look too empty. And if you guys didn't notice, up over by the center of the mini markets, I have a stone block. I plan on building another tree here, something sort of like that, just to have the market around the tree. I think it will look pretty good. But that's enough of me talking. There's going to be a lot of building done in this episode, so I might as well get started on it. Alright, so I've been building away and I forgot to mention the palette that we're going to be using for this build. Very similar to our tavern over there, Otto's Tavern, as you guys can see. I'm thinking of adding some windows right there. It's kind of plain. We'll do that in a bit. Anyways, yeah, this is going to be that warehouse and stables I was telling you about. So, something interesting here. I went ahead and put mud blocks here as a door, because originally I was going to put trap doors, but they don't connect to stone walls like this. And this way we'll actually have, you know, something connecting to the walls so that if these were to ever, in theory, close, it'll like match up to this. You know, actually looking at this, I might end up closing one of them. Hmm. We'll see right now. Anyways, yeah. So most of the buildings around this area are going to be structured in this form, very similar color palette and stuff like that. I don't want anything to be looking too different. If you ask me, you know, obviously we don't want some random pink building in the middle of a lot of gray, neutral looking colors that'll kind of pop out, if you ask me. So yeah, before we continue building though, I want to go ahead and tackle this the dispenser stuff I was telling you about, the little waterway we want to set up. So I've gone ahead and collected some redstone components, which is everything that I think we're going to be needing, hopefully. Let me grab some stone real quick. All right, I think we'll set this up right here, a little bit outside of the village and somewhere out in the open. It's because I plan on covering this up with a huge boulder, as you'll see in a bit. So first thing first is that we're going to need a dispenser down and a bucket inside of that. And let's see, we're going to need, oh, I need a trap, not a trap door, a pressure plate. Let me go grab one real quick. Alright, so the way we want this to work is if we were to place our pressure plate right there, and I was going to put slabs in these positions, but you kind of have to drop down, and it's a bit risky because you could set the pressure plate off twice. So instead, we're just going to surround it by buttons. This way, whenever we activate it, yeah, our water will be kept here. And, you know, obviously, we just have to walk up and see, now we stepped on it again. It triggers the dispenser twice, but we just have to walk up. And then we were to take off. And as we're taking off, it'll have to receive another power to it in order to make it tick. And then it will, you know, retract the water. So with that in mind, I think it'll just be as simple as putting a little delay on this small part right here. So let's go ahead. I'm thinking we receive a signal from the pressure plate down here, which I think if we were to throw that in there, yeah, you see how it activates, and then if we were to remove that, it goes away. Let's go ahead and activate that again. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so from here, we're going to want to take this signal and put it into a repeater going this way. And we'll leave that, oh no, we'll put this on 4 ticks, just in case. The longer the delay, the more time we can have standing in the water right there. Alright, so that powers the redstone, which powers the repeater, which powers this block. That way we could just put another repeater here. Alright, I went ahead and put that on 4 ticks, similar to this repeater. Now we just got to get this signal back up to the dispenser, and with that we should just have to extend this a bit. The longer this line right here is, the longer we have in that water right there. So let's see, we'll do this 3 repeaters long, and then we'll put another block there to transfer power. And then we'll just put another repeater there. And then with that, all we got to do is set up a, let's see, I think we just got to put a torch tower here. Let's see. Put that there, put this here, and then a block there, and a block there, and then like that. Put that on 4 ticks. So in theory, we got to collect this water again. Alright, so in theory, this should work. Huh, this time it doesn't. Does the block have to be right here? I wonder. Let's see. Why isn't this working? Oh no. I'm terrible at redstone, by the way. I need to sleep, actually. Let's get back to the bed over there. Alright, so let's see. See if we could troubleshoot this. Obviously, this shouldn't be powered. Yeah, this shouldn't be powered because it'll... Yeah. So I think I need to move this whole system by 1 block this way. Let's see. This should work. I promise this will work now. Well, I don't promise, but we'll hope for the best. All right. So we just have to step on here, and then we pull, we launch. Yeah. It worked. It worked. It works. So, okay. So we just have to walk onto the pressure plate. We look up, we take off. And then we're off on our way. And then the water should leave. Oh no, it didn't leave. What happened? What happened? Why is there a cow down there? Oh, there's a baby cow. Okay, we step on it, water gets placed, signal goes, and then it gets retracted. Why didn't it, do I have to be in the chunks maybe? Let's try this again. Take off, and then the water, yeah. Oh, I think I know what happened. I think that cow that was here probably triggered it as I took off, and then it kind of messed up with the circuit. I guess that's something we'll have to look out for. I think it's fine though. Okay, so we basically just had to hide this mess, and as I said earlier, I think we're just gonna place a big rock here. Alright, so I went ahead and made it into a boulder, and that way it covers up the redstone. And I went ahead and decorated a bit up front. As you guys can see, we got some bushes, some roses, some dead bushes, and a lot of grass. Once again, you guys know me with the overgrown stuff. You guys know how I am. Anyways, yeah, so this system should be perfect now. We simply got to walk in, look up, take off, and then the water should be gone. If we look back down, it is not. What? I guess we got to do more troubleshooting. Oh, I see what happens. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Alright, so basically, when you're in the water, you can't be holding space because you'll bob up and down like that. And you'll trigger the pressure plate a couple times, and that'll send another redstone signal that'll, you know, override the one that retracts the water. So instead of it retracting it, it retracts the water, but then it gets another signal to dispense the water. So basically, it's a user problem, which is me. I'm the problem. I basically can't hold space here, so I just gotta walk in and then take off. And then that should work. Yep, okay. I'm gonna try this out a couple more times to make sure it works, and if anything changes, I'll let you know. Alright, I have been busy building, but sadly I didn't get to complete everything I wanted to for today's episode. We'll have to continue it for the next episode, but I mean, we got a lot of progress done. I'll be giving you guys a tour once the whole village is done, but for right now, let me just go ahead and talk a bit about this here. Something I at least wanted to complete for today was the little mini market. And we got these small little market stalls here, and I made them all sell each a specific item. For example, this one sells mostly flowers, pots, and you know, trinkets like that. We even got here, we decided to make use of our pottery sherds, and yeah, might as well now that we have them. Moving over to this stall here, as you guys can see, we're selling wool, banners, and you know, carpets. Now, I'll probably want to come back here and make this an actual banner pattern and stuff, but for right now, it's fine like that. And over on our third stall over here, you might want to use a bit of your imagination, but this is supposed to be tomatoes, a little market stall for tomatoes and stuff like that. And then it also has a bit of a fertilizer here that they could sell on the side. And also, check out our tree. What do you guys think about it? So, like I mentioned earlier, we'll be having a little tour of this place once the project is complete. As, yeah, I don't want to show you anything unfinished. With that being said, guys, it's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you guys come around for the next one. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.